লখিপুৰ আদালত ভৱনৰ উদ্বোধনী অনুষ্ঠান নৱনিৰ্মিত আদালত ভৱন উদ্বোধন কৰে মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী ডক্টৰ হিমন্ত বিশ্ব শৰ্মাই অনুষ্ঠানত উপস্থিত থাকে গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ মুখ্য ন্যায়াধীশ বিজয় বিষ্ণয় উপস্থিত থাকে ন্যায়াধীশ কল্যাণ ৰায় সুৰানা কাছাৰ হাইলাকান্দি শ্ৰীভূমি জিলাৰ আদালতৰ ন্যায়াধীশে অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰিছে বিশেষ অনুষ্ঠানত এই মুহূৰ্তত আমি পুনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰলৈ যাব বিচাৰিছো এই অনুষ্ঠানৰ পুনপটীয়া সম্প্ৰচাৰলৈ আপোনালোকক লৈ গৈছো
are already operationalized. Through the implementation of e-filing system and virtual hearing, which Honorable Chief Justice has just mentioned, the court procedure have been transitioned to a paperless system. E-service center and mobile app Borsa have been launched to provide affordable legal information and emergency assistance to distressed women. Under the strong leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India has ushered in a revolutionary transformation in its legal framework by replacing colonial-era Indian Penal Codes, Codes of Criminal Procedure, and Indian Evidence Act with Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, and Bharatiya Shiksha Adhiniyam. This new legal framework has facilitated more efficient and technology-driven judicial process, making justice delivery smoother and reducing the burden of excessive cases on the judicial system. With a focus on expediting justice and prioritizing reforms for the rehabilitation of criminals and victims, this new laws aims to build a more just and equitable society. This judicial code brings reform in punishment, investigation, trial procedure, remove unnecessary provision, and emphasizes the growing role of digital technology in the court system. These changes highlights the transformation of the criminal justice system, taking our legal framework to new heights. The Bharatiya Shiksha Adhiniyam now places special emphasis on the use of scientific methods for the collection of evidence. As a result, in coming days, the role of forensic expert in the investigation process will significantly increase. To support this, the construction of the National Forensic Science University campus in Guwahati has already begun. This university will provide advanced training opportunities to investigative officers, enhancing the scientific approach to criminal investigation. Additionally, along with the training of police officials on the new criminal law, special attention is being given to appropriate use of information technology in law enforcement and investigation. Under the new laws, cases must be resolved within a specific time frame. As per the new codification, both judicial and administrative procedure have been made time-bound. To ensure that our judicial system keep pace with evolving circumstances, it is imperative to invest in the necessary resources and build a strong infrastructure. The newly inaugurated judicial buildings will play a crucial role in meeting the present-day requirement and will significantly contribute to strengthening of the judicial framework, ensuring timely and efficient justice delivery. To ensure the effective implementation of the new criminal laws, which came into the force in July this year, a system has already been put in place for the registration of all public prosecutors, additional public prosecutors, and assistant public prosecutors under central government's integrated training portal called Karma Yogi. This initiative aims to provide them with necessary training and resources to better understand and implement the provision of the new laws, further enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of criminal justice system. I was little apprehensive when we have to undertake the journey from IPC CRPC to the Nyaya Sanhita in July. But because of the effective intervention of the Guwahati High Court, the training process Guwahati High Court initiated for the judicial officers, for lawyers, the transition was very smooth. I was apprehensive that there will be lot of chaos, there will be lot of difficulties in the initial days. But the smooth transition from the colonial era laws to the Nyaya Sanhitas in fact represent the kind of quality we have in our judicial system. I am very proud that Assam is one of such state where transition is very smooth, and this is one of the huge achievement for our judiciary. I want to offer my deep gratefulness to the Honorable Chief Justice for this initiative and for leading this transformative journey. Without the active assistance and active involvement of Guwahati High Court, it would not have been possible. The district judiciary, the lawyers, everybody coopted to the system, and they made the journey very smooth. So I must record my deep appreciation to entire judicial fraternity for this great and successful transformative journey. As we all know that under this new criminal Sanhitas, the disposal of cases has been made time-bound. When I came to attend the function of Kasar District Bar, that time also I have emphasized that it is important for us to give justice in a time-bound manner to the society. Particularly, I will once again appeal that when it is a case related to women, related to child, I think our advocate must cooperate with judiciary so that we can render justice to the victim immediately. In that meeting also I have requested to all the advocates that when it relates to a crime against women and crime against child, advocates should not ask for any time. They should not ask for any passover. They should not try to delay the justice. If our client is innocent, let him get the acquittal. And if my client is actually involved in the crime, let him face the rule of law. But delaying the justice actually send a wrong message to the society. So if all advocates collectively in Assam takes a decision that will not seek any time from the judges, whether it is high court or whether it is a district judiciary, session judge or any forum of court, that will not take any time when the matter is related to rape, molestation of our sisters, our mothers, and of course the cases related to the POSCO. In Assam, if we can create that healthy environment, I think society will be very, very appreciative of our judicial system, and our advocate must come up to create that environment. I think even in our district bar association, some decisions should be taken collectively that none of our members will seek time when it comes to a case related to crime against women and children. I have no problem if judiciary acquit anybody, because every case which police brought to the for trial may not be correct, police may be also wrong. But whether it is right or wrong, let the decision be taken in a very, very fast-track manner. Recently, I have seen that our district judiciary has disposed lot of POSCO cases in very, very fast and efficient manner. Somewhere prosecution has lost, somewhere prosecution has won. Winning and losing is not important, but a strong message has gone to the society that now everybody is active, everybody is concerned. I am also have a concern that in many Lower Assam districts, the victims are being forced to compromise the case at the trial stage. In many a times, the victims comes to the court and they stop giving their deposition, or they say that we have compromised. I have seen that in Barpeta District Court, the case which ends in compromise is much more than what ends in trial. So I think those are the area where we have to be more careful, whether it is a compromise or whether it is actually a stage managed affair, I think we must go behind we must inquire the entire situation, we must lift the veil, and we must see that compromise has been made under duress, or it is actually something has happened or solution has come out among the family. So this is one of the reason whenever I go to Borpeta, I ask police, what is your conviction rate? Police says, sir, conviction here, it is very difficult because at some point of time, both the parties compromise. Now, once a crime is committed, compromise cannot be answered. Once crime is committed, the person must get punishment, and once crime is committed, cycle has to be end in conviction or acquittal. It can't be a middle way. I think these are the things which we have to look at it very, very intensively. Ultimately, a just society can only secure democracy for us. If people do not get justice in the court, then people try to seek justice from the police. Now recently I have seen many incidents. Once a rape or once something happened, people officially comes to police that shoot the culprit, because there is a system which is developed for instant justice. Now police cannot give that justice. Giving justice is a judiciary's prerogative. Now if we can ensure that no, even if I arrest, I complete the investigation within 2 months, and I can complete the entire trial process in 1 year, I think people will not seek instant justice. But whenever people get frustrated in the court, then they start asking for instant justice. I think these are the points which our advocates, judicial officers has to be deliberated collectively. We must find out answer. And my request that not a single person who is actually involved in crime against women and child should not be spared in any way. And of course, at the same time, no innocent should also be given punishment. I think these are our collective responsibility, and we must achieve this objective together. Once again, I would like to thank Honorable Justice Sri Vijay Bishnoi for coming all the way to Lakhipur to inaugurate this court building. This shows his responsibility towards the district judiciary. Normally, a chief justice coming down to a place like Lakhipur to inaugurate a subdivisional judicial infrastructure is not very commonly known. These are exceptions. He traveled to Bokakhat last month. Today he is coming to Lakhipur. This is very, very encouraging things for the district judiciary, and I am sure that under his leadership, our judiciary will grow further. Once again, I offer my deep gratitude for everybody involved with the construction of this infrastructure. Moi aji ei sundor dimtut amar Lakhipuror raijok ei port buildingor babe बहुत moi অভিনন্দন জনাইছো। লক্ষীপুৰত বহুত ডেভেলপমেণ্ট কাম হৈ আছে। কিছুদিন পিছত মই ইয়াত আকৌ আহিম। আমি ইয়াত এখন জিলা চিকিৎসালয় স্থাপন কৰিম। মোৰ নেক্সট ভিজিটত মই জিলা চিকিৎসালয়ৰো আধাৰশিলা স্থাপন কৰিম। আকৌ এবাৰ মই লক্ষীপুৰৰ ৰাইজক বহুত ধন্যবাদ অভিনন্দন জনাই মই মোৰ বক্তব্যৰ সামৰণি মাৰিছোঁ।
আপুনি চাই আছে ND24 সৰ্বশ্ৰেষ্ঠ নহয় সৰ্বোত্তমৰ দৌৰত।